Hello children, how are you all? I hope you are learning well with our online classes. Welcome to our online IIT classes. Okay, children, sit straight and fold your hands. We will have a regular prayer. Hear your child now, O Lord, as I fold my hands and prayer. Bless my parents and teachers. Keep us on your love and care. Help me to be kind to others. Happy in my study and play. Give me a strength to conquer any outcomes in this day. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, children. Till now we have seen the monoatomic and diatomic, polyatomic groups, compounds we have seen monoatomic, diatomic, polyatomic, like that we have seen. Now, with this knowledge, we will start or we will enter into synopsis 4, in our IIT chemistry. See here, in today's topic or in today's class, we will study naming of acids. So how to name these acids? So first of all, see here, HCl is an acid, that is HF is an acid. H2SO4 is an acid. H2CO3 is an acid. H3PO4 is an acid. HNO3 is an acid. Have you observed this? H2SO4, H2CO3, H3PO4, HNO3, HCl, HF. All these are acids. What is the name of this HCl actually? Hydrochloric acid. What is the name of HF? Hydrofluoric acid. What is the name of H2SO4? Sulfuric acid. Look at here one thing. Here H is there, Cl is there. That is, H is the symbol of hydrogen, Cl is the symbol of chlorine. But what is the name given to it? Hydrochloric acid. So from hydrogen, hydro is taken. From chlorine, chloric is taken. What about HF? So some H is the symbol of hydrogen, F is the symbol of fluorine. But H is the symbol of fluorine. H is the symbol of hydrogen. Now what has written here? Hydrofluoric acid. Look at here, come here. H2SO4. What is there here? H, that is hydrogen, symbol hydrogen. H is the symbol of hydrogen. What about S? Sulfur. S is the symbol of sulfur. What about O? O is the oxygen symbol. So here we have three elements, that is H, hydrogen, S, sulfur, oxygen, O. But what is the name given to it? Sulfuric acid. Only the name is indicated with only S, that is sulfur is there. See here, hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, three elements are there. But what is there here? Only carbonic acid. The name given to H2CO3 is carbonic acid. So the name of acid is being with only C, that is carbon. Why not with H and oxygen is not included? See, you can tell some hydrosulfuric acid. Why hydrosulfuric oxygen acid? Why you are not telling like that? See here also, hydrocarbonic oxygen acid. So why you are not talking like that? Why only you are telling carbonic acid? How you are suggesting these names? So this is the topic that we are seeing, that is naming of acids. How these names are given to this, to this formula. So how we are writing this formula? We have seen in the last class, that is formulae. So compound and their formulae. We have seen there how to write this formula when a group of or compound is given to us. When a compound or a group of compounds is given to us, how to write the formula we have seen there in the last class. Go through my video, if you have any doubt. But in this class we will study how this name has given. See here, HCl is there means he from hydrogen hydro he has taken. If here chlorine is there, from chlorine he has took chloric. Okay, well and good. But come to here, H is there means where is about hydro or hydrogen, where is that name, where is the oxygen, where it included, why only he took sulfur. Have you understood? Come to here. Here hydrogen is there, N nitrogen, O oxygen. But what is the name given? Only nitric acid those. Am I right or not? Are you observing now? Okay children, why not it is some hydronitric oxygen acid like that? See here, only nitric acid is the name given to it. That means how we are writing these names. In the last class I told you we have seen about when a compound is given to us, how to write this formula H2CO3, H2SO4, H3PO4, HNO3. Like this we have derived the technique or rule to write this formula. But in this class we will know or we will study how to name the acid or how to name a compound when an acid is given to us. So when I gave you H2CO3, so you have to tell the name of that acid. So what is the technique to use it to write the name of that acid? Simply you cannot say some hydrocarbon oxygen acid, you cannot say like that. There is a specific name, there is a specific technique or specific rule you need to follow when you want to write the name of the H2CO3. Okay na? There is a specific technique or rule you have to follow in order to define the name of the given acid. Okay na my dear children, have you understood what we are going to study in this class? I think you got idea about today's class. So naming of acids. Similarly, some bases are there. You know what is a base? Okay, I have explained you previously what is base, and in the next chapter also we are going to study acids and bases, salts. So there we will discuss deeply. Okay, so with this base, okay, how to name the bases. When I gave you NaOH, see, Na is oxygen, sodium. What is the symbol of Na? Sodium. Okay, what is O? Symbol of oxygen. What is the H? Symbol of hydrogen. You cannot say sodium oxygen hydroxide. Simply you cannot say like that. You cannot read all the names given in that. Okay, there is a specific rule to name the bases, and some common names are there. Okay, some common names will be there for bases. Okay, we have to see those in detail. Okay, now this is our class today. We are going to study about these things. Hope you all understood. Come here now. So first rule, this is the rule 1, naming of acids. So we have 2 rules. Okay na? How many rules we have? 2 rules. 2 rules are there. So before going to study these rules, you need to know what is prefix and what is suffix. Okay, these 2 things you need to know. See children, what is, suppose here 1 is there. Okay, here a number 1, this is an ordinary number. Okay, don't go into chemistry, simply it is a mathematical number 1. Now after this number, if I write some 3, okay, after this number I wrote a number that is 3. See here, after this number I wrote a number 3. Okay, the number or word which is coming the after a given or particular number, it is called suffix. Okay, now if I write here some 2, if I write a number 2 here, what do we call this? Prefix. Why? It is before the number, it is before the number, that is 1. It is before the number, so that is why we call this 2 as prefix for 1. So this 3 will become the suffix for this 1. Okay, now I think you got an idea about what is prefix and suffix. Now come here. Okay, for the monoatomic numbers, that is hydrogen. Monoatomic means, see here, hydrogen. How many atoms are there here? Only one atom. Okay, now how many atoms are there here? Only one atom. Now chlorine is there, Cl2. How many atoms are there in this chlorine? See here, suffix 2. That means 2 atoms are there. Only how many atoms are there in oxygen? Now here symbol of oxygen is O. How many atoms are there? Only one suffix. So suffix, if I write 1, or if I did not write any number here, that means how many atoms are there here? Only one atom. If I write some O3, ozone, O3 means ozone. If I write 3 oxygens, how many atoms are there here? 3 atoms. What is the suffix here? 3. So I think now you understood what is monoatomic. Okay, what is diatomic? That means 2 should be there. What is polyatomic or triatomic, monoatomic, polyatomic? So based on the suffix you are observing, you know what is suffix also, and as well as prefix also. Now whenever there is a HCl, monoatomic acid is given. HCl is an acid I gave like this. Okay, it is an acid. Now this combination will give you, this combination is in acidic nature. Okay, acidic nature. So with this, so how you will know this is whether I gave you acid or base? Based on the litmus test. Okay, based on the litmus test. So if so you need to test the combination whether it is acid or base using some litmus paper. Okay, litmus is a litmus paper. So with this litmus paper, you will pour 1 or 2 drops on this litmus paper. What happens when you dip this paper into the HCl? What happens in an acid? This paper will turn into red color. So actually in which color it is? Blue. So the color of litmus paper is in blue color. What happens? It will turn into red color. If the same litmus paper is dipped in the oxy base, what happens? Its color will be some pink or blue. So most probably its color will be in blue color only. Okay, so whenever litmus paper is dipped or immersed in the acid, it changes into red color. So then you can confirm that HCl is a acid. So now you have to name the combination, that is HCl. You have to name this acid. So how to name this acid? First of all, we have checked this is acid or base. How we checked? Using litmus paper. Okay, now see, there is, now you have to check whether it is monoatomic or polyatomic. See, what is the suffix here? Only 1. There is no number given here. That means these are monoatomic. So whenever there is a monoatomic, there is a formula to name this. See here, the formula is you have prefix. So you have to write prefix as hydro. What is the prefix? So prefix you have to write hydro, prefix hydro, and a suffix you have to write ic. Suffix you have to write ic. Okay, prefix you have to write hydro, suffix you have to write ic to the name of the element. So at last you need to add acid. So what is the rule that you have to use? Prefix plus suffix plus acid. What is the prefix you have to take? Hydro. What is the suffix you need to take? ic, ic, simply ic or ic. And what is the last you have to take? Acid. So whenever you are looking this, how it is? So in English subject we will know some that what is that? Adjective, adverb, preposition. Whenever we are learning these things, we will use some prefix, suffix and something. So all those things we will use. So it is also similar to that. There is a prefix, suffix, and at last you need to acid if the given combination is an acid. So how to check the combination whether it is acid or base? Using litmus paper. Whenever the litmus paper is immersed in the acid, it will change into red color. Whenever you immerse the litmus paper in base, it will change into blue color. Okay, now see, this is the rule 1 that you need to follow. When I see this is you need to follow whenever you are naming the monoatomic. Okay, monoatoms, HCl. So you have to name this now by checking the suffix. Is there any number here? H1, H2, Cl2, like that. Is there any numbers? No, these are monoatomic. Now see, first you need to write prefix, that is hydro, plus suffix you need to write. So in order to, you have to add ic to the suffix. Hydro prefix you wrote, plus what is the element here? Chlorine, that is chlorine, plus acid. So you have to add suffix now. So remove this Ne, and what you have to write? Suffix hydrochloric acid. Ic I wrote na, see, prefix hydro. Okay, have you understood now? Take another example, that is HF. Take another example, HF. Okay, what is the, you have to write prefix. What is the prefix you need to write? Hydro. So I will write first hydro, plus F is there na, monoatomic na, so F means fluorine. So you have to add plus suffix, that is ic, plus acid. So what you need to do? At last hydrofluoric acid, hydrofluoric acid. See, for the fluorine, hydro is added, prefix. So instead of Ne, what you are doing? Ine you are removing and adding suffix ic. So fluoric I wrote. At last acid. Understood, my dear children? Okay now? Now see, for the now here in example I gave you H2SO4. Now see here, H2SO4 I gave you. Okay, see here H2SO4. Now see here, how many hydrogens are there? 2 atoms. 2 hydrogens, that means 2 atoms. How many oxygens are there? 4 atoms or 4 atoms of oxygen are there? See, O4, there is suffix na. That means these are polyatomic. Whenever you are writing the names of a polyatomic, there is no prefix. There is no prefix. Okay, you should not write any prefix. So you are cancelling the prefix. What is the prefix? That is hydro. So you should not write this prefix. That is why clearly I am crossing this. Okay, you should not write any prefix, that is hydro. Okay, next what we are doing? Suffix. What about suffix? Suffix ic, that is suffix ic is added. Okay, suffix is there, but what about a prefix? We are not adding any prefix to it. So now you have to write the name of the H2SO4. So how you will write? So hydro, it is there? No, we are not using this prefix hydro. Okay, suffix is there. What is the suffix you need to take? See here. Okay, sulfur is there. Suffix ic I am adding. But what about here? Oxygen also there. Oxygen also there. But are we taking this oxygen? No. Why? What is the rule? We have to eliminate the prefix, adding suffix ic. One more thing is there, as this is a polyatomics, that is we are neglecting or we are not considering the third element when we are writing the name of acid. Okay, whenever we are writing the name of acid, we are not considering the third element in naming, not in the formula. In formula we are considering, but whenever we are naming, we have to neglect the prefix. Okay, suffix ic is added, and neglect or remove the third element. So third element oxygen we are not considering, so only this na. So sulfuric acid you cannot remove, sir. In previous case, see here, fluorine is there, means sir we have removed Ne. Here shall I remove or UR? Then what it will become? Sulfuric acid. Is there like that anything? No. Sulfuric acid. Okay, see here, point. So the name of acids containing polyatomic groups or radicals. Radicals means, see these H3O4, all these are radicals or polyatomic groups given on the basis of second element. So name of the acids are given on the basis of second element, that is added to the name of second element, but not to the third element. We are neglecting. Okay, come here. Next, second one, H3PO4. Okay, how many atoms? 3. Based on this suffix, we are declaring this combination as polyatomic. Okay, polyatomic based on the suffixes. So as the number of atoms are more, we are considering this as polyatomic. So there is no prefix. Prefix is not there for polyatomic, so cancel. Plus third element is we are not considering, only second element. Second element is P, means phosphorus. Okay, plus IC, acid. So this is the name you need to derive. So OUS remove, you remove this OUS and add IC, phosphoric acid. See how I derived? Understood? Like this we are deriving the name of the acid. So only you know what is suffix, what is prefix. For whenever we are naming the monoatomic, that is HCl, HF, okay, there is no multi atoms, only one atom it is there, so that means these are monoatomics. Okay, now for this there is a prefix, suffix. What is the prefix? Hydro. And what is the suffix? Second atom. Plus second element, for second element you need to add IC. Okay, and acid at last you will add. For polyatomics, okay, for polyatoms what you will do? There is no prefix, only there is suffix for the second element. Third element we are not considering, so what you will write? Suffix IC is added to the second element, that is sulfur, phosphor, like this. For polyatoms, in the middle, that is second element, for the second element we will add suffix IC. This is the rules. These are the two rules you need to know whenever we are naming the acids. Okay now children, now we will see bases. Okay children, see here, naming of bases. So here for bases also we have to name. See what is a base? So if I give you some KOH, like this combination I gave you, or some NH4OH, these are the combinations I have gave you. So first of all you need to know whether these are base or acid. How you will test these are? How you will test? Using litmus paper. Okay, so whenever you dipped or immersed this paper in this solution, what you will get? How this paper will change? Color of this paper, it changes into blue. So whenever this litmus paper color is turned into blue, you can confirm that, you can confirm this given combination is a base. Okay, now for in exam point of view, see like this, at last technique is OH. At last if you have OH like this in the formula, given formula, you have to confirm that these are bases. Okay, actually if I gave you a solution, what you will do? You will dip using litmus paper, you will check whether it is base or acid. But in the examination point of view, directly they will not give you solution, they will give you direct formula. Okay, that is KOH. So in the formula, if you find this OH, what you will say? We will say these are bases. Okay now come here. See, so in the base there is a radical or suffix OH, you will find now. So whenever in the given formula if you find OH, what is the prefix you need to add? That is, sorry, what is the suffix you need to add? Hydroxide. Okay na, hydroxide. So what is the suffix you need to add? Hydroxide. Okay, this is the word you have to use in naming the base whenever you find this OH. See, KOH, this is the example we have took now previously. Now see, what is the symbol? What is the symbol K represents? Element, that is potassium. Okay na, potassium. Now as OH is present, what you need to add? That is hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is the name of this base. Okay, next NaOH. Okay, so now you find OH, that means this is a base, you need to add hydroxide. Okay, this is the base. By looking at the formula, that is you find OH na, so from the given formula you found OH. So with this you confirmed that this is a base. So what you need to do? You need to add hydroxide. Now name of this Na is Sodium, this is the symbol for sodium. Sodium hydroxide, simple. Okay, now CaOH taken twice. This is the formula I have given you. What you will do, you by looking at this formula you found OH. Forget about this suffix. Okay, whether it is 2, 3, 4, whatever it might be, first of all leave it. You found this, there is a OH. What you need to do, you need to add hydroxide. You confirmed that this is a base and wrote hydroxide. Now look at this, what is this? Ca. That means Ca is the symbol of calcium. Okay, calcium hydroxide. Like this you will write the names of the bases. Not only bases, children, we have some common names, okay, to some element combination. See here, tribal names or common names. Some common names are there. So there are certain names of compounds which do not follow any systematic rule. They doesn't have any rule. They will not follow the rules of acid, or they will not follow the rules of base. We cannot write. See, I gave you NH3. Okay, now tell me, you have NH3. Here it is poly. Okay, here it is a polyatomic. Now shall I write this as a base, sorry, as an acid? No, you cannot write the rules. You cannot, this will not follow the rule of polyatomic acid. See here, NaCl, monoatomic. Shall I write this monoatomic acid rule, that is prefix hydro, suffix ic, at last acid? No. Why? Because it is a salt actually. First of all, you cannot write this as a acid. So by with testing with litmus paper, you confirmed that these are not salt, these are not base, these are not acids, these are not bases, they are neutral, that is salts. So for this there will be common names. You cannot write the rules of acid or base, see, which do not follow any systematic rule. So chemists have not considered wise to replace these names by systematic names, as they are widely understood by common man. So these are widely understood and used by common man. That is why these are given as common names. Water, H2O, it is a water. So water means you cannot, every time you cannot say hydrogen oxide. There is a common name. What is that? Water. So you know what are the uses of water. Daily you are using from morning to evening. Okay, you are drinking, you are bathing, you are washing your hands, everything. So you cannot, every time you cannot say hydrogen oxide. Table salt, okay, we are using in cooking. So you cannot say every time sodium chloride. What you will say? Simple table salt. Okay, like this there are some common names to the elements. Okay, na? NH3 means ammonia, NaCl means table salt, H2O means water. You have to study children. You may have a doubt, sir, till now you told how to check whether it is acid or base, how to check as salt. Okay, whenever in a practical lab you can check with litmus paper. Whenever I directly gave you a formula in the exam, by looking at this, see here OH is there, so you can derive the name of this base. So K represents potassium, OH means it is base, so you have to write hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, like this you will write. But in the exam if I get NaCl, sir, what should I write? So what is the rule? Actually there is no rule to write this NaCl. What you have to do? You have to remember, you have to you have to read all these common names. That is the only technique you need to follow, okay, in order to get the score in the examinations. That means I am not telling you to mug up, but we are using everyday these things. Once in a twice something we will use. See, water we will use. That means H2O. You have to know the some things there is, see, chemistry is everywhere in our life. Only thing is, whenever we are using particular thing, you should know what is the there in the, what are the elements that are present in that. Okay, so like that you need to remember these things. So look at here children, names of some compounds and their formula. Nitric acid, HNO3. Okay, one more thing, common thing you need to know children. So for polyatomic acids, at last you will observe maximum you will observe oxygen element. So whenever in a polyatomic elements, if you are observing at last oxygen, so then you can say it is a acid. See, H2SO4, at last you are observing O or not. This is the technique you need to follow whenever you are learning the things. Some techniques should be there. So if it is a base, you will observe OH. Okay, now tell me, is it a base or calcium oxide? Is it base or what is it is? No, it is not base. If it is a base, you will observe some OH and at last you will write hydroxide, but here it is only oxide. That means there is no rule to write this name of calcium oxide. Okay, like this there are many, okay, many formula you have to write, learn the things. Okay, I will give you homework, so all you should write homework regarding this page, and you have to learn the things children. Okay na? Okay, hope you all understood this session well, and thank you. Be safe. Okay, take care all of you.